Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing your brain has changed. Not because of years of bad decisions, not because of some dramatic life event, but because of a substance that quietly taught your brain, I need this. Some drugs take years to create that feeling. Others can start building that connection almost immediately. Today, we're ranking major drugs from the slowest to the fastest addiction potential. And the number one spot changes everything. Let's begin. Number 10, caffeine. The effect can be felt within minutes. Your mind feels sharper, your eyes feel more awake, your energy suddenly returns. That's because caffeine blocks a chemical called adenosine. Think of adenosine as your brain's sleep messenger. The more it builds up, the more tired you feel. Caffeine blocks that message, and your brain shifts into alert mode. At first, everything works perfectly. But the brain is smart. It adapts. Over time, the same cup of coffee feels weaker. Then one day, you skip it. Suddenly, headaches appear, energy crashes, irritability kicks in. Compared to everything else on this list, caffeine dependence develops slowly, but it proves an important lesson. The brain always adapts. Number 9, alcohol. The effect feels almost immediate. Your shoulders relax, stress fades, conversations become easier. Alcohol works by slowing activity throughout the brain. It's like turning down the volume on anxiety. At first, that feels amazing. But the brain wants balance, so it starts fighting back. As alcohol repeatedly slows things down, the brain increases stimulating signals to compensate. This is where tolerance begins. The same drink no longer creates the same feeling, so people drink more and more. Eventually, the brain may start depending on alcohol just to feel normal, and that's when the trap closes. Number 8, cannabis. Cannabis has one of the biggest debates surrounding it. Some people claim it's harmless. Others struggle to quit. The answer lies in how it affects the brain. Cannabis interacts with the endocannabinoid system, a network involved in mood, memory, appetite, and relaxation. At first, the effects feel gentle. That's exactly what makes it deceptive. With repeated use, the brain starts producing fewer natural cannabinoids. It begins expecting the drug to do the work. Then, when the drug disappears, sleep becomes harder, irritability appears, cravings show up. Dependence usually develops slowly, but it develops nonetheless. Number 7, benzodiazepines. Imagine anxiety suddenly disappearing. Your racing thoughts slow down. Your body relaxes. Everything feels manageable again. That's what drugs like Xanax and Valium can do. They boost a calming chemical called GABA. Think of GABA as the brain's brake pedal. Benzodiazepines push that brake harder. The problem? The brain adjusts quickly. It reduces its own natural calming response. Soon, the medication isn't creating calm, it's maintaining normality. And without it, anxiety can return stronger than before. Dependence can form much faster than many people realize. Number 6, prescription opioids. The relief feels powerful. Pain fades, comfort arrives. Everything feels okay. Prescription opioids were designed to treat severe pain, and they work extremely well. Maybe too well. Because they don't just reduce pain, they activate reward pathways too. The brain remembers relief, and it wants more. Over time, tolerance builds. Higher doses become necessary, and what started as treatment can slowly become dependence. Number 5, cocaine. The effect hits fast. Energy surges, confidence explodes. The world suddenly feels exciting. Cocaine causes a massive spike in dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. It's like winning the lottery emotionally. The problem comes afterward, because the high doesn't last. When dopamine crashes, everything else feels dull. Food, friends, achievements. Normal life can't compete. So the brain starts chasing the shortcut, again and again and again. Number 4, nicotine. This one surprises many people, because nicotine doesn't look dangerous. The effect can hit within seconds, a brief feeling of relief, focus, calm. Then it's gone. Nicotine triggers a rapid dopamine release. The brain instantly links it to reward, and because the effect fades so quickly, the cycle repeats constantly. One puff, one craving, one reward. Over and over, thousands of times. Eventually, normal life feels less satisfying without it. That's why nicotine is considered one of the most addictive substances on Earth. Not because the high is huge, but because the habit becomes deeply wired into everyday life. Number 3, methamphetamine. Now we're entering another level. The surge feels almost unstoppable. Energy skyrockets, fatigue disappears, focus becomes intense. Methamphetamine floods the brain with dopamine, but it doesn't stop there. It can also damage the very systems responsible for producing pleasure naturally. Imagine constantly withdrawing money from a bank account without making deposits. Eventually, the account runs dry. That's what can happen to the brain's reward system. And when normal pleasure disappears, the cravings become incredibly powerful. Number 2, heroin. The effect can feel like a wave washing over the brain. Pain disappears, stress vanishes, relief takes over. Heroin rapidly converts into morphine inside the brain, then attaches to opioid receptors linked to both pain and reward. The brain adapts quickly. Natural opioid production begins falling. Tolerance begins rising. Soon, the drug isn't creating pleasure, it's preventing suffering. And that's where addiction tightens its grip. The cycle of relief, withdrawal, and relief again can become overwhelming. Number 1, fentanyl. And then there's fentanyl. The amount needed can be almost invisible, just a few tiny grains, yet the effect can be incredibly powerful. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, far more potent than many other opioids. It binds to the same reward and pain systems, but with extraordinary intensity. The brain learns the connection incredibly fast. Relief, reward, dependence. All compressed into a much shorter timeline. And that's what makes fentanyl so dangerous. Not just its strength, but the speed at which the brain can adapt to it. Here's the truth. Addiction isn't always about weakness. It isn't always about bad choices. It's about a brain doing exactly what brains were designed to do. Learn, adapt, and repeat what feels rewarding. The danger begins when that learning system gets hijacked, because every drug on this list teaches the brain a lesson. The question is, what lesson are you teaching yours? If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more psychology and self-improvement content. And remember, the strongest thing you can build isn't muscle, it isn't money. It's a mind that stays in control when something else is trying to take it away. If this video made you think differently, leave a like. Subscribe for more videos that break down how the mind really works. And remember, awareness is the first step to control.